Hi everyone, and welcome to this talk today on astro healing. Sometimes what happens is we can use astrology to understand other forms of therapy or other things in our lives, and we can begin to understand how the energies of the planets can be understood through other concepts and ideas. Some of you may be aware of the 7 chakras. The 7 chakras are used in some forms of healing, especially energetic healing. Each chakra has its own understanding and its own associations. And there are many videos and articles out there on the media to explain a lot more about this. But in this video, I'm going to explain how the planets can be understood in conjunction with the chakras. It's imperative at this point maybe to emphasize that no planet is more important or less important than any other planet. Each one has its potential to be of value and to support us in our learning experience in this life. Each one has its own valuable lesson. The same can be said with the chakras. Oftentimes what happens when we are doing healing work or we are aiming to reach higher states of awareness, we focus on the higher chakras, the upper half chakras, believing that the lower chakras are not worthy of attention and care. Yet we need all the chakras to be balanced and for energy to be flowing through all of them to create the ultimate state of harmony and balance for us. The chakras are not physical things per se. They are like energy fields located at certain parts of the body. Some people say they can see them, some people can feel them. I'm going to go briefly over them. We begin with the base chakra, which is at the base at the spine. This chakra deals with our security issues, our sense of feeling secure, stable, safe. The planet that's associated with that is Saturn. As we know, Saturn is quite a hard planet because Saturn brings about hardships and difficulties and obstacles and delays. These aren't always easy things to work with. And we know also that Saturn is associated with agriculture. So we think of the land, working on the land. The earth, the land is not easy to work with when we have to really get down there and do the hard agricultural work. However, we need to be getting down at that level sometimes because we neglect to appreciate how powerful the soil on the ground is beneath us. When we're walking about and whatever we're doing, that soil needs to be looked after because that is the soil that feeds the plants that we eat. Of course, this does not work alone. We also need sunlight. So everything is working together. Then we go a little bit higher and we get the second chakra, which is to do with sexual and creative energy. And yeah, there's a lot of potential as well for expression, how we want to express ourselves. And the planet that's associated with this is Jupiter. And Jupiter is a very abundant, expansive planet. So yeah, we can have a lot of potential to create magnificent things. Each chakra, each planet, as we know, when it's in balance, it creates states of ill health and symptoms. We go a little bit higher and we get the chakra that's associated with the navel area. This chakra is to do with expressing our will, our drive, our ability to act. And Mars, of course, is associated with that type of energy. So it's very important when we want to achieve something or do something. We may have the will, which would be initiated perhaps by sun energy, but we need the Mars energy to actually act it out. We go a little bit higher and we go into the heart chakra, or what we may associate with the heart area. And this now would be the fourth chakra. This energy is more compassionate, loving, nurturing, understanding. And the planet that's associated with this is Venus. When we have this chakra more active, we have a greater sense of awareness, and we want to support each other. And it's less about me. How am I going to survive? I don't feel safe. I need to feel safe. I need to express myself. I need to do this now. It's less about that, and it's more about understanding that we all need and each other, we all supporting each other, and that is the best way to live in harmony with nature and in our environment, because we are all affecting and affected by everything around us. We go a little bit higher and we go into the third chakra, which is associated with the planet Mercury. And yeah, with the third chakra, it helps us recognize truth and honesty when it is spoken, when it is put in front of us. We can recognize it. Mercury, of course, is associated with communication, the ability to give out messages. And we go higher and we reach the sixth chakra, which is associated with the third eye. It's not, such as more within the head, but this is a state of illumination when we begin to see the bigger picture. This is beyond the five senses, when we can begin to perceive things beyond the physical reality, and we have this greater awareness of things that we need to activate as well. And it helps us when we have more clarity. And the planets that are associated, it's a step back a bit. The planets associated with this sixth chakra are the sun and the moon. Now remember, the sun and the moon give us light. The sun gives us great daylight, and the moon gives us a little bit of moonlight, which helps us give illumination when we are outdoors. When we have this chakra activated, we have almost a sense of illumination. We have this greater awareness and understanding that's not confined by the physical senses. And ultimately, we reach the seventh chakra, which is right at the crown of the head. And when this is activated, or when we become aware of it, it is beyond all planets, and it basically is a sense of oneness, of unity, that everything is flowing, that everything is one, and we are all part of the same thing. How everyone experiences this and how everyone may activate this specific chakra is unique, I believe, to each person. So we cannot judge another person, perhaps. The key idea, though, is when we are perhaps working with chakra energy and we are learning a bit about astrology, we can begin to understand ideas a little bit better. We begin to understand how each planet flows with all the other planets, how each planet can work with the other planets, and there's a supportiveness that goes within them, between them. Same with the chakras. We need to have them all balanced, all active, so that they can support each other. We are in this physical body, so we aim for being more spiritual and all those things, but we still need to take care of our basic physical needs, which would be shelter, making sure we're safe, and all those types of things. So we cannot neglect the lower chakras. It's good to support them. We can be highly spiritual and think about all spiritual matters, but if we all like that, there still needs to be people out there that are working on the land, that are looking after the land, that are really putting in the hard ground physical effort to make sure that the land is being looked after, so that there's food for people to eat and these types of things. We still need people to be creative, to be creating things, the artists, the musicians, the people that are creating magnificent things for us to have entertainment from, to get awe from, to be inspired by. So all these chakras are of value, just as all the planets are of value. And when we can begin to affiliate planets with concepts and ideas, we perhaps can get a deeper understanding of the potential meaning of the planets. Take care and keep well, and I hope you have a lovely day or evening wherever you are when you're watching this.